Back here at home, we are awaiting President Biden and his big State of the Union address. It is the first to a divided Congress. The president tonight will say he's created more jobs in 2 years than any president has in a full term. CBS's Weijia Jiang is at the White House with more. Good evening, Weijia.
Good evening to you, Nora. Just released excerpts of tonight's speech reveal that President Biden will try to reassure Americans that his economic policies are working. He also has a direct appeal to Republicans, saying there's no reason we can't work together and that fighting for the sake of fighting gets the country nowhere. Tonight, President Biden is putting the finishing touches on his address to Congress and plans to tout what the White House calls strong economic progress. Notably, a bipartisan infrastructure law, investments in computer chips and clean energy, falling inflation, and record job growth.
What I'm looking forward to working on from this point on, what we've done, and just have a conversation with the American people.
But a CBS News poll out today shows the majority of American people say the condition of the economy is bad and that the president's policies are making inflation, gas prices, and the U.S. economy worse. How would you describe the State of the Union?
I would say it's honestly really hard right now to be parents and raise a family in the United States. It's just not easy.
Pascal Small, a registered Democrat and mother of 3, says while the cost of living is rising, the quality is not.
If I can see actual transformation happening in my community, then I see it's working. I see it's worth it. But if I'm not seeing that, then to me, there's a disconnect.
President Biden could announce his re-election bid in the coming weeks and will argue tonight he still needs to, quote, finish the job, a task made harder with a newly divided Congress. Speaker Kevin McCarthy, who will be sitting right behind the president, said Mr. Biden's policies have backfired.
Inflation has exploded. Mortgage rates have doubled. Working Americans, after inflation and taxes, have gotten a pay cut.
Tonight's Republican response will come from Arkansas Governor and former Trump press secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She will call for a new generation of leadership, drawing a contrast between herself, the nation's youngest governor at 40, and President Biden, the oldest person to hold the office at 80. Nora?
Weijia Jiang, thank you. Our coverage of the president's State of the Union address and the Republican response will begin tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We'll see you then.